We implicitly trust our eyes. We believe the grand narrative they present to us every single second, a story of vast skies in constant, turbulent motion, of bustling human lives, shifting fortunes, and an endless, chaotic sequence of actions and reactions that define our daily existence. For early Ionian thinkers, particularly the enigmatic Heraclitus, this relentless flux was not an illusion, but the very essence of reality itself. All is fire, he proclaimed, seeing the universe as an eternal, living flame. It is a perpetual flow where nothing remains static for even a fraction of a second. As the famous ancient maxim goes, you cannot step into the same river twice, for other waters are continually flowing on. To these philosophers, the universe was a grand theater of transformation, governed entirely by the clash and tension of opposing forces, creating harmony through conflict. We see this in the endless cycles of creation and destruction, the slow green growth of spring, followed by the inevitable cold decay of winter. It is the relentless, visible, and unforgiving march of time. Birth, the long process of aging, and finally, death. To our mortal, fragile senses, change appears to be the only absolute, undeniable truth of the cosmos. But what if everything our senses tell us is a profound and fundamental lie? What if the movement we see is merely a trick of the mind? In the quiet, sun-drenched ancient city of Elea, a revolutionary thinker dared to challenge the most obvious facts of human experience. His name was Parmenides. He stood alone against the overwhelming tide of sensory evidence, asserting a radical, uncompromising vision that would forever alter the course of Western thought. He introduced a principle of pure, inescapable logic, declaring, "What is, what is not, cannot be." From this seemingly simple premise, he unraveled the universe. He argued that if a thing changes, it must move from a state of what it is into a state of what it is not. But non-being, the void, by its very definition, does not exist to be moved into. Therefore, Parmenides concluded with staggering audacity, change itself is a logical impossibility. Time, movement, and transformation are nothing more than a stubborn illusion. True reality is entirely rigid. It cannot be broken, altered, born, or destroyed. It remains completely impervious to the chaotic forces we think we see in the physical world around us. He envisioned true existence as the one, a perfect, continuous, and indivisible whole that admits no empty space and no variation whatsoever. It is a reality without beginning and without end, a flawless sphere of absolute being, perfectly balanced, entirely filling the metaphysical void, so that nothing else can possibly exist. Consider our own world from a distance, a restless, spinning globe defined by swirling atmospheric storms, shifting tectonic plates, and restless oceans. Through the limited lens of our flawed, biological senses, we witness the frantic, fleeting dance of seasons, the rise of powerful empires, and the inevitable fall of civilizations. But if you step entirely outside the boundaries of time and observe the universe not with the easily deceived human eye, but with the eternal, unwavering mind, the picture changes. To this ultimate observer, the pure intellect, the totality of existence, is already finished and complete. Nothing is happening. Nothing is moving. Everything simply and magnificently is. This revelation marked the first great fracture in the history of human thought. The turbulent, messy deception of our physical senses, pitted directly against the silent, pristine certainty of abstract reason. Trapped within our physical bodies, we wander through a terrifying maze of shifting shadows and fleeting moments, mistakenly believing these temporary illusions to be the ultimate reality. Only through the rigorous application of logic can we ascend above the fray, revealing the chaotic maze below to be a singular, beautiful, and perfectly unmoving cosmic design. But this radical doctrine of absolute stillness defied all common sense, requiring fierce and brilliant defenders. Enter Zeno of Elea, Parmenides' most devoted and unorthodox disciple. Zeno crafted mind-bending mathematical paradoxes to prove his master's point. Consider the flying arrow. At any single frozen instant in time, it occupies a specific, exact space. Therefore, in that single instant, it is perfectly at rest. And if time is just a series of instants, the arrow never actually moves. Or consider the swift warrior Achilles, forever having the distance to a slow-moving tortoise. Because space can be infinitely divided, logic dictates he is mathematically unable to ever cross the finish line and catch his prey. Motion, Zeno argued with a smile, is a logical absurdity. Our primitive senses may perceive the fall of a drop of water, but pure, unadulterated reason proves the journey is impossible. The Eleatic school left behind a profound and unsettling legacy, a philosophical ghost that haunts theoretical physics and metaphysics to this very day. They taught us to look past the obvious, to understand that behind the veil of a dynamic, vibrating, and noisy universe lies a singular, silent, and unyielding truth. There is no becoming. There is no past or future. There is only the eternal, unchanging presence of being. Welcome to the illusion of change. The next time you watch the world move around you, ask yourself, are you witnessing the truth, or are you just a prisoner of the senses?